Hey, what's up everybody, it's Melee Damage 15 here, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you a 7 Days to Die Horde base that you should build today. This Horde base is a mid to end game base that will get you through some of the toughest Hordes. I also have added a bonus section to the base to act as your crafting base. I hope you're all excited, let's get into it. So you want to start off by making sure that the ground portion of the base is all flat. You can do this by clearing out the debris and flattening the ground with building blocks. You want to make sure that you have a decently tall POI, anywhere from about 10 to 15 blocks high, as you can always add blocks as you'll see me do here. I have chosen the Duke's General POI, and as you can see here, it is 10 blocks tall. Next, I'm going to clear all the debris from the rooftop and make sure that everything is flat and ready to build on. Once cleared, I measured the base to be a 12 by 12 square, which I plan on extending to 13 by 13 for the main foundation. Now, you want to add 5 blocks to each of the corners, making it a total of 15 blocks in height. We want 15 as this has a better chance of stopping the zombies from going into the destroy all mode when they fall. Here, I realize my mistake as I'm trying to find the center, and since I have an even amount of blocks, there is not a good center block. I will fix this in a bit, but you can avoid this by already making your foundation 13 by 13. For now, let's add some blocks in the middle to eventually add support to the foundation. Next, you want to upgrade these blocks that we put on the corners. I am using concrete throughout this build, but you can make it out of cobblestone and upgrade as you get the materials. I end up switching to concrete blocks, but you can go the upgrade route if you want more XP. Now we are going to connect all the corners by placing blocks all the way around on the top section. It should look like this when you're finished. Then we are going to build up the center section and connect it with the top of this foundation. Use the center to make sure you have enough support. Then, go ahead and fill in everything else to have a flat foundation. Lastly, here is where I make it a full 13 by 13 by adding some blocks around the edge. Make sure you also have a way to get to your base that only you can reach as well. Here I put some ladders. The next step is optional. Here I am extending the foundation 2 more blocks out, making this a 15 by 13 because of the staircase that protrudes from the building below. When zombies fall, I don't want them to land here. If you don't have anything on the side of the building where the zombies are falling, then you can skip this step. We're now going to start the zombie pathway by finding the middle of your base at ground level. I place 2 blocks out from the middle since I have a 2-block overhang. If you skipped the optional step, then just go ahead and count out 6 blocks and place a block on the 7th as a placeholder. This will be where the tallest point of the staircase is. Then go ahead and replace that block with a concrete block and go up 15 blocks to match the height of your foundation. We're then going to go into the shape menu and go to poles and find pillar 0.05m middle. Switch to advanced rotation and rotate it so it's flush with the foundation and connect it to the 15 block pillar you just made. The base should look like this to this point. Now you're going to place a block in front of the pillar and 2 blocks to the side, just like this. Then fill in the blocks to create this shape in front of the pillar. This is a visual for the shape you'll create higher up. Now go to the 2 side blocks and build up 15 blocks with the concrete blocks. Then go ahead and connect them how you did on the ground. Now the base should look like this. Next, you're going to place a block 2 spaces away from the previous 2 pillars. Build up 9 blocks and connect it to the pillars behind it. We're then going to add ladders to both sides. Once again, it should look like this up to this point. Now, 2 blocks out, place 2 strips of concrete blocks. This is going to become the staircase. Build it up 5 blocks high and then connect it. Now build a staircase on either side. Add a ladder down the middle for an extra path. Then go up and add ladders to the poles that connect to the staircase. Now we're going to add the stair blocks to each side and fill in the corners with the stair corner block. Lastly, we'll fill in the second pillars to make it connect in case any ladders break. We'll come back to create the dog/direwolf pathway in a bit. Now we're going to work on the fighting position. Give yourself a 1 block gap from the pole and build out 6 blocks and connect them with the sides of the foundation. Do this on both sides. Now on the corners of this U shape, place 4 blocks up and connect them to outline your fighting position. Then go into the shape editor and choose the scaffolding ladders. You're going to orient them in a way to make sure that it's close to the edge, but still on the block closest to you. This makes it so the zombies can't climb them. You can test it by climbing yourself. If you can climb your side, then they can't climb their side. Go ahead and fill in this area, and this will be your fighting position. Next, we're going to build the walls of the fighting position. We're going to use more scaff ladders so that we can shoot through the sides if we want, or if you have multiple players, this base can be used for several players. You're going to go 3 blocks high and leave the corners open. Repeat this on the other side. For the corners, use regular blocks 4 blocks high, and then connect the top just like the fighting position. Now our supports are starting to get a little weak, so we're going to jump down and pull up to give some support to this new section. Do this on both corners. Now grab the ramp from the shapes menu and flip them upside down like this, and place them on the inner portion of the fighting position. This will make it so when the Zeds pile up, they'll get pushed back and fall down. Fill in the rest with blocks along the edges here. Real quick, if you are enjoying this video so far, make sure to like and subscribe to support my channel. I am currently aiming for 750 subscribers by the end of the month, so help me get there. Thanks again guys, let's get back to the video. Now for the walls. We are going to continue the theme of using scaff ladders around for the walls. As you can tell, I really like the scaff ladders. Again, build them 3 blocks high. This time, leave 2 spaces on the corners. Then build along the sides 3 blocks high. You'll go back 5 blocks from the fighting position and stop there. Place 4 blocks to know where it'll end. Then put blocks on the top edges all the way around. Repeat the same thing on the right side. The base should look like this now. It's starting to come together. For the corners, we will use the bars corner block on both sides. Still leave this one gap for a door later on. Now for the ceiling. You guessed it, we're going to use scaff ladders so that you can shoot vultures during Horde night. Go ahead and orient them like this, and fill in the entire ceiling portion. Then use solid blocks to show where the Horde base portion ends. The fighting position is now complete, and the base is looking real nice. We're now going to work on the dog and direwolf paths. Come to this spot on the pillars and build out 4 blocks. Then connect it to the ground. Now you can start to build the stairs to connect the top, but we'll have to go out a little further. From this point, go down 3 blocks, and then out 5 blocks, and connect it to the ground. We're then going to go out 6 blocks towards the front of the base, and connect it to the ground. Then go ahead and build the stairs like normal from here. Come back to this point, and double up the blocks here. Then add the stair blocks, like normal, to complete this side of the staircase. Repeat on the other side. Now, it should look like this. The point of the side staircases being a little bit longer than the regular path is that the zombies shouldn't take this path as it is longer to get to you. However, the dogs and direwolves have no choice as the shorter path is all ladders. Now we're going to work on the crafting base portion. This is completely optional. If you want this to just be a horde base, you can close off this wall and you're done. However, we're going to add a crafting base to this so that this entire base is where you can do everything that you need to do. Let's connect the frame of this wall all the way around to the corner and put 1 block along the bottom as well. Then fill in the back wall, leaving space for a door where the ladder is. Now grab the window plate rounded square corner full and fill in the corners here. Then use the window plate rounded square one side full for the middle pieces. Now you have some pretty cool windows. Next, go ahead and fill in the ceiling with blocks. Your crafting base is really coming together now. We're going to start to separate the two parts of the base now. Use blocks to fill in here, but leave a 3-gap space. Now use the arch 1/4 trim to give it some decoration. I'm going to paint it to match the concrete theme, and now our crafting room is separated from the fighting position. The next thing I'm going to do is furnish the place with crafting stations and storage boxes. Now let me show you what I did. We filled in the entire crafting section with everything that we'll need. I also added steel doors to the entrance and these two sections of the fighting position. And lastly, I even added in a small farm. Here, I had forgotten to fill in this opening where the zombies will come to you, so let's go ahead and put some more scaff ladders. You can even have someone up here shooting down on the zombies if you'd like. Now the last thing we're going to do is add electricity traps to the base. This is really what's going to help you survive the late game. I prefer the battery bank, but you can use a generator as well. I'm going to throw the battery bank here and put the batteries inside. We're then going to place electric fence posts in these 4 spots. Grab a couple switches and place them here. Then with a wire tool, connect the battery bank to the top switch, then from the top switch to the furthest fence post, and connect that to the furthest fence post on the other side. Repeat with the bottom switch and the closer fence posts. This makes it so I can have both fence posts on, or just the closer one if I want to melee the zombies. At this point, the base is now complete. In all, we used 1,328 concrete blocks to build the entire crafting and horde base portions. That equates to 13,280 concrete mix. The amount might vary depending on how much more or less you have to add to the base, but this is still quite a hefty amount. You can obviously build this as cobblestone first, if you'd like, and then upgrade as you get more resources. I'd recommend making sure that the supports and fighting positions are the ones that you make concrete first. Lastly, I want to show you the horde base in action. We start out with just the closest fence post on so that we can melee for a bit. You'll see that the fence post stops them from doing any damage to the fighting position. We then turn on the back electricity and start using our guns. Machine guns, and especially snipers, are perfect for this build, as when the Zeds get stopped from the further fence posts, it lines them up perfectly for an easy headshot. You'll see we can also shoot the birds. We even get a few dogs to come up, which shows that the dog path does work. I also wanted to include some footage from my Retribution series, where I used this base on a day 42 horde, and it can even survive even more than that. Thank you so much for watching this base tutorial. If you like what you saw, make sure to smash that like button and leave a comment letting me know what you thought of the base. If you're not already subscribed, consider subscribing as it really does help me out. I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.